Go ahead and call the meeting to order. Tony, do you want to lead us in the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We need to do our annual nomination and election of officers. Do you have any nominations or discussion?
I'll make a motion to I'd like to keep the leadership and board as is assignments.
I'll second that.
Motion to keep all leadership as is by Mark and seconded by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now is the appropriate time for visitors in the audience to be recognized and to speak on items both on the agenda and of general concerns to the patrons of the Green River Schools. There will be a limit of 3 minutes for an individual and 5 minutes for a group spokesperson. No speaker shall speak more than twice on any issue. The board is legally obligated to maintain confidentiality concerning district personnel, and therefore matters concerning district personnel will not be discussed. Do we have anyone who wants to come forward? Okay. We have business 2.02, the correspondence letter of completion for the Green River City Summer Day Camp. Do I need to approve that?
Just to recognize it.
Okay, and then we also have a correspondence letter of the completion of the Green River City swim lessons. Can we get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Moved by Brenda,
Second.
second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda items?
I'll make that motion. Second.
Moved by Steve, second by Dave. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? At this time, we don't have any district goals and leadership activities, no bid requests. Christine will give us an update on our budget.
Hello, Chair Castile, Superintendent Behringer, and trustees. You have just a progress report on the budget here through November 30th, and everything is looking on track. The revenue so far on the one mill is running at 30%, which is a little under what it is usually, but I think it's just due to the change in tax payments and the timing of them. As far as our grants go, we've got, as you just noticed, we had the City of Green River grants are 100% complete, and one coming in a little under budget. And we have 3 other grants that are very much on track. The Challenger Baseball, the Pickleball grant, and the task force. And these others are yet to get started yet. So as far as our capital projects go, I think all 3 of those capital projects are complete. That is the turf replacement, the tennis court resurfacing, and the sound systems. So everything's in order. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
And I think that's all we have for today. We'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting.
Mr. Demaray, would you please lead us in the pledge?
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes, sir. I need a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel.
So moved.
Moved by Tom, second by Brenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Bring your evaluation thing with you. Thanks. Motion to end executive session, please.
So moved.
Second.
Tom, second by Dave. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next up is our visitors delegation and correspondence. Before I go through the do's and don'ts of that, I guess Washington Elementary School's here. Oh, we got to do officers, don't we?
Mhm.
I got the rec. My bad. Excuse me. We got to take care of quick business here. Annual nomination, election of officers. What's the pleasure of the board?
I'm gonna make a motion that we leave the officers as is.
I would second that.
Okay, moved by Tom, second by Mark. Any discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is our committee assignments. I have had a chance to talk to all of you about the committee assignment. It appears that everybody's happy with where we're at, so we'll just keep those the same. Next is a scheduling the meetings this year. All board meetings will be on the second Tuesday of the month, with the exception of July, when it will be on the third Tuesday of the month. I would also like to make a recommendation that we start our board meetings at 6 as opposed to 7. Is everybody good with that?
I'll second that.
I need a first motion by Mark,
Motion by me.
second by Ashley. We'll have our meetings as outlined and they'll begin at 6 p.m. We can change those if we have some conflicting schedules and stuff, but we'll start that at 6 p.m. starting in January. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next, designation of official newspaper for the district. We have used the Green River Star and the Rocket Miner. I need a motion, please.
So move.
Second.
Moved by Dave, second by Brenda to go with the Star and the Rocket. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next, the designation of financial institutions for the district funds, Wild Star, WGIF, all banks in Sweetwater County. I would need a motion for that.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Tom, second by David. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next is our designation of our school board attorney. We use Sean Scoggin, Blaine Burgess, Williams, Porter, Day, and Neville out of Cheyenne, Wyoming. I would need a motion to extend that.
Second.
Moved by Brenda, second by David. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed, motion carries. We do not need to do interim check signing, and you need to sign your conflict of interest statements. Okay, now Washington Elementary School. Got that business out of the way. Welcome. And the parents, if you want to come up here, around here and video and film and do all that stuff, come on up.
Good evening, Chairman Corr, Superintendent Behringer, and Board of Trustees. My name is Canton, and I will be telling you about a dinner at Washington Elementary School. If you have a question, you can ask me now.
Was it good?
The purpose of the dinner is to show that we as people are capable of showing that we can be polite and nice. What we have prepared for the dinner is pulling out chairs for our caretakers and serving them. My favorite part of the dinner is where I get to set the expectations for the younger grades to pressure them. The most memorable part of the dinner is showing my parents how polite we are. You are all invited to the dinner. If you are coming to the dinner, here are some things you need to know. It's on the 15th of December, and you will be seated and served by a student. Thank you. Okay.
Can I move that one down? Oh, I got it.
Good evening, Chairman Corr, Superintendent Behringer, and Board of Trustees. My name is George. The reason we do our our dinner is to spend time with our family in our school. It's for Christmas to celebrate Santa has been alive for this long. Our moms and dads are invited, and our sisters are invited if we have any. At the Christmas dinner, we have to be kind, and we have to have table manners, and also the Christmas dinner we have to wear fancy jumpsuits. My favorite part is pulling out the chairs, as people can respect me, and so I can be on the nice list. I want the board to know that we're thankful for the dinner because we have a great school and great teachers. Thank you for listening.
Nicely.
Good evening, Chairman, Chorus, Superintendent Behringer, and Board of Trustees. My name is Emmy Doyle. The purpose of the Christmas dinner is the time to practice table manners and spend time with family. The skills we learn in social skills to prepare for the dinner are table manners and proper etiquette. My favorite part of the dinner is spending time with family. The school board, people who go to social skills, people in the best team, and their families are invited to our dinner. I want you to know that you get to spend time with family and people you love and who love you too. Would you like to come to our Christmas dinner? I can give you an invitation. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You move this down.
Good evening, Chairman Course, Superintendent Behringer, and Board of Trustees. My name is Grayson Davis Ganson /Ryder. Our Christmas dinner is for family and friends and to celebrate love and Christmas. When our family comes in, we have to arm milk and walk them to the seat, and we pull out their seats and then get them what they want. My favorite part is the champagne. It's like champagne, but it's actually spring water. My favorite memory is when Mom came. She was pregnant, so I got to talk to Laura. I want the board to know about what we do for our moms and dads at the dinner. And if the parents don't come, kids can join with somebody they know. This Christmas dinner is for love and family. Merry Christmas.
Good evening, Chairman Core, Superintendent Behringer, and Board of Trustees. My name is Josh Beaver. The purpose of our Christmas dinner is to celebrate Christmas with the best family. The skills we learn in social skills are table manners, proper etiquette, and you learn how to serve family members. As this stuff we learn in social skills to get ready for this Christmas dinner. My favorite part of the dinner is the food because I actually get full. That's my favorite part of the dinner. The most memorable memory of dinner I have is drinking 19 cups of sparkling grape juice. Although I got pretty dizzy. The whole best team is invited to the dinner because the dinner is the best thing. The thing I want the board to know is that the Christmas dinner is very fancy, and I would love it if you joined us for our Christmas dinner. Have a great day. Good evening, Chairman, Superintendent Behringer, and Board of Trustees. My name is Axel. I'm here to invite you to our Christmas dinner. The purpose of the dinner is to celebrate Christmas on the last few days of school. In social skills, I've learned how to sit properly, drink properly, and how to have perfect posture. My favorite part of dinner is to hang out with my favorite teachers and friends while I eat. My favorite memory is me hanging out with my friends and eating and talking. My teacher and the best family are invited to the dinner. Our best dinner is so fancy it would be like a restaurant, and I know you like the food. I invite you to our fancy Christmas dinner on the 15th. Thank you all.
Here's extras if you need extras.
Oh, we need to give these folks a round of applause. Nice job. Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I got one. Yeah, anybody get one?
One more here.
One, right over here.
Right.
Right here, Ashley. Right here.
It's okay. Here you go.
All right. Here we go. Thank you. Very good.
Nicely done. Good job. Thank you very much for coming tonight. Appreciate it. Okay, now is the appropriate time for visitors in the audience to be recognized, speak on items both on the agenda, general concerns of the district. There will be a limit of 3 minutes for individuals, 5 for a group spokesperson. No speaker shall speak more than twice on any issue. The board is legally obligated to maintain confidentiality concerning district personnel, and therefore matters concerning district personnel will not be discussed. Is there somebody who'd like to speak to the board tonight? All right, moving on. Thank you. We're going to skip 4-2 recognition of Wyoming School Board Association board member honors. We'll do that in January. Recognition of the 3A Girls Swimming Coach of the Year. Mr. Beardsley, welcome.
Good evening, Chairman Corr, Superintendent Behringer, and Board of Trustees. I have the honor and privilege again of introducing the Wyoming 3A Girls Swim Coach of the Year, Colleen Seeloff. Come on up. For those that may not know this, this Coach of the Year is an award that's voted on by Colleen's peers. All the coaches in the state vote on the state Coach of the Year, and so it's not just what she's done as a coach in terms of accomplishments for the team, but it's leadership and all those things that she brings, and her peer coaches see that, and Colleen is our Coach of the Year. And more importantly, even, she's got a whole team of state champions here to introduce and some coaches. So I'll let her add that. But Board of Trustees, I wanted to introduce and let you know how happy I am to do so for Colleen. She's a wonderful coach.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you for allowing me to introduce my team tonight. I'm just really excited about this group of girls. In the last 4 years, and I mentioned the last 4 because of our senior group this year they've won state 3 times, and they've taken second once. So out of their 4 years, they've been state champions 3 times. So it's a pretty exciting group of girls, just across the board. So I'm really proud of them and their accomplishments. And I tell you that I appreciate the award, but the award that I get really goes to them, and it goes to all of us. It goes to my assistant coaches, my girls, the people that work with these girls during club. I have Randy Walker come in and help out sometimes. He comes and does does drill work and things like that. It takes a village. And as a coach, I just try to always keep learning from people, and I'm just really lucky to just coach an awesome group of girls. So anyway, I just wanted you to know that. So the girls, there's a lot of accomplishments that we had this year, and what I wanted to do a little bit differently than I've done before is I want to go down the row here and let them introduce themselves, and also let them tell you a little bit about how they did. And then I want to pick up on just a few things when they're done talking. But we had I think we ended this season with 24 girls on the team. 19 of those girls made it to state. A good majority of them placed in the top 12 at state or in conference. There were state records broke. There were school records broke. There's just a lot of things that happened this year, and this is just an awesome group of girls that really came together and worked really hard and worked really well. And we also have some seniors like Courtney that have qualified for state and have qualified for state in all of the swimming events for all 4 years of their swimming career. So they came in as freshmen, qualified in every event, and have done it every year since. So, and some of them that have qualified or have earned all state honors, since they've been freshmen. So it's just a pretty amazing group of girls. So I've been pretty lucky. So I'm gonna let them just kind of run through, if you guys don't mind, and let them talk about themselves a little bit, because they've done a lot. So
Okay, Colleen, before we do
Yes.
that, parents, you can come up here if you'd like, and just, if you want to
Yep.
take pictures of your kid and videotape it or whatever, you're welcome to do that.
all right.
So we welcome Haley.
Yes. Come on up. Get to go first.
Hi, I'm Haley Clevenger. I am a junior and I got all conference honors. I got first in the 200, second in the 500, and I was a part of the 200 free relay, which got first, and the 4x1, which got second. And then I got all state honors. I got second in the 2, second in the 5, and then we got first in the 200 free relay and second in the 4x1.
Hi, I'm Natalie Walgren. I'm a senior. I'm a diver. Put up a great fight at conference. It was fun.
I have to tell you guys that this young lady hit the board about 2 years ago, and she hit it. It was bad. It was one of the worst hits that I've ever seen in my teaching career. And so it took us 2 years to get her to get back on the board and do some dives that she was scared of. And she did that this year. And so we are so proud of her. And I said, the small accomplishments are really, can be huge things. And the whole place just went crazy when she did that dive, because everybody in the state knows what happened if they were, swimming at that time. So it was pretty cool to watch, and just really proud of her.
Hi, I'm Brianna Urig. I'm a senior and I was a captain. I'm a 4-time all-conference and 3-time all-state.
I'm Kaylin Urig, and I'm a freshman, and I got all conference and all state.
I'm Irene Neer. I'm a senior, and I was also a captain on the team. I swam the fly and the backstroke at both conference and state, and the 200 medley relay, and earned all conference and all state.
Hi guys. Let me just move this real quick. Hi, I'm Haley Luth. I'm a junior. I swam the backstroke and the freestyle. I took all conference and all state honors, of course. I took 6th in the back and the free, and then 7th in the 100 freestyle, and 6th in the 100 back again, and then 2nd in our 4x1.
I'm Ellie Mandros. I swam the 100 fly at state.
Hi, I'm Brianna Venneton, and I got all conference and competed at state.
Hi, I'm Taylor Arnell. I'm a sophomore and I got all conference and all state.
Hi, I'm Dallin Graves. I'm a sophomore and I swam the freestyle at conference and state.
Hi, I'm Lincoln Lucero. I'm a sophomore and I swam at state and conference and qualified in the 500.
Oh gosh. Hi, I'm Courtney Clark. I was a captain this year, and this is my 4th year in a row receiving both all-state and conference.
My name's Lauren Clark, and I'm a sophomore. And even though I did not qualify, I did wear a hot dog costume at state.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Mays. I swam the 100 free and the 200 free at conference and state, and I placed 11th in the 100 at conference and 10th in the 200, and I placed 20th in both the 100 and the 2 at state.
Hi, I'm Isabel Anderson. I'm a freshman. I didn't really do anything this year, but I improved. So.
Hi, I'm Peyton Murray, and I swam the 100 free and 200 free at conference and state, and made top 12 in conference.
Hi, I'm Bailey Cochran. I didn't make conference or state, but I improved.
I'm Elena Kelhofer and I qualified for state. Yeah.
I'm Tana Smith. I'm a junior and I got all conference and I got all state this year. And both of our relays at state and conference took all conference and all state as well.
Is that it? Does everybody want? Okay. All right. I do have a few things. If I could have Tanith and Tavia just kind of step forward real quick, please. Come on. All right. These two young ladies. Tavia she was voted as all conference. She was also conference athlete of the year, and she was also state meet. She tied with Tanith, and they were the two of them tied for athlete of the meet at state, and then Tavia won athlete of the year for the state of Wyoming. So yes. Whoops. Okay, and Tavia also broke the 100 butterfly state record, so she's the state record holder in that event also. And also she broke a few records at the pool too, just a few. So, but the 100 butterfly and a couple others, 50 free, and so she's got some pool records and some conference just meet records and things like that around the state conference records. So anyway, that's it for my girls. They've just done an awesome job this year. I feel really privileged to get to coach them. They work very hard, and as I look here, a lot of you know the time and effort that these girls put in, and I'm just really proud of them. And I look forward to seeing what we're going to do next year when we go back into 4A, because we did score, because we have to do that every year and check and see if we would win if we were back in 4A, and we would have won by 8 points. So we could have won the whole thing. So
Best team in the state.
that's
what I
right.
say.
That's it.
Oh, Colleen, can we have them all come up and we'll take a picture of the board? They just
Absolutely.
come up here in
Yeah, we'd
front.
love to.
All right,
Great.
thanks.
Nice job, man. Anyway.
I think we have a platform and never see us. No. We're tall. You're good.
Oh, you're good. Oh, we're good. We're up on a podium. We have to be.
We want to focus on you guys.
Hey, Behringer.
You're good.
We're good.
Right here, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Good job.
Can I just mention one more thing? I have a amazing assistant coaches. And Al Clark. And Al Clark. He's not here tonight. He's coaching. So thank you.
All right, congratulations. We'll give you guys a little time to get out before we move on. Awesome deal. We'll look forward to seeing them again next year, huh? Wait. Yeah. All right, next up is Give Me a Break.
Oh, I had 3 of them. Christine Smith, Truman Elementary. I can hardly wait.
That's a nurse, right?
That's a nurse. Yeah.
I'll let her know.
All right.
Thinking maybe you just had to show up when there's no school.
Yeah, I'll be there Thursday. Next Thursday.
You handing out Band-Aids and stuff, no good. All right. Next up is approval of the agenda. I need a motion, please.
I'll motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Moved by Tom, second by Dan, and I
Make a
think we have
motion that
some amendments.
Amend the agenda. We need to add 801, consider approval of administrator retirement. Remove 1104 for the quit claim deed, and then move 1101 to the end of that section as the presenter is traveling.
Okay, I need a second on the amendment.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Dave, second by Brenda to amend the agenda as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. All those in favor of the amended agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Next, consent agenda items. I don't think there's anything on there we need to take off. I need a motion, please.
To approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, moved by Brenda, second by Dave. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next, report on the Wyoming School Boards Association Annual Conference. I believe Ashley,
I
No.
wasn't there.
Brenda.
Right, so it was a very good conference, had some really good opening sessions and some good training. One thing that I want to mention is the public officer training that the legislators have required us to take. The WSBA is putting together a training that's relevant to school boards, because right now the training isn't relevant to us as school board members. And in their update, they said it will be out in sufficient time to complete by the June 2024 deadline, so.
Okay, and that's required. I think they can do it on Zoom and there's things you can do, but I know the city council is a 3.5 hour deal.
I think they're trying to get it into a little bit more
Yeah,
timely manner.
mandated by our legislature. All right, next is that it? Okay, next reminder of the COSBA Annual Conference coming up in Dallas, February 22nd and through the 25th. And just that timing right there might be when the Cowboys do their Super Bowl champion parade. It could be about that time. Wishful thinking. All right, personnel, consider approval of the administrator retirement. And I don't think we want to do this, but we have to.
Chairman Corr, Superintendent Behringer, trustees, 42 years of service to the district. Christina Dean. Chris, it was an honor to work with you and thank you for your mentorship and I know everybody thinks that. So for your consideration for approval.
Okay, need a motion, please. We have to do it.
Can we deny this if we don't have a motion? I think you can.
So moved.
Moved by Tom and then seconded by Dave to approve a retirement letter from our illustrious business director, Christine. Chris, we're going to miss you. Look forward to working with you the next 5 months, 6 months, but yeah. All right. Anybody else? I think you all know how we feel.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Well,
I think there's a lot of people that are opposed. Yeah. Next is a curriculum instruction presentation by Monroe Elementary on systematic phonics. Mr. Imoni has promised me he will keep this very long, I think was the text I got from you. Yep, welcome.
Good evening. Chairman Gore. Superintendent Behringer. Board trustees. This is my dad. Take it away.
Cool. Thanks, guys. All right. Got a little
For
shy,
coming.
huh, June? Say thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Or thanks, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Behringer, Chairman Corr, for having us. We have some of our first grade crew, along with Miss Nicholson, our reading specialist, and Anne-Marie Anderson, our IF, to talk about some of the phonics things we've been doing. We started this 3 years ago, I think, right? 2.5. Kelly, that's when you started doing sounds of spelling, implementing it in. Cool. So about 2.5 years.
we started getting a little bit more systematic with it. We tried to tie it to our district goals. You guys can see them up there. I'm not going to read them to you. And then just how we got here, right? Through the RIDE initiative, superintendent of schools, Dagan, her vision for the next 4 years. Then just talking about the Gallup poll video where, you know, teachers really are the thing that matters, not programs, things like that. And then book studies, right? And then some of the curriculum that we're using. This is the resources that we're using to get there through the Common Core, state standards, Marzano's resources, New Art and Science of Teaching, PLCs at Work, obviously the the YTOP test, zones of regulation, and then the critical concepts. So we're working through Marzano's model of instruction. So there's 43 elements that basically is just good teaching. So we started with 2. This year, we're going to implement probably 8 more next year just to start to work on it. But the ones with the green arrows are the ones that we're working on this year. So providing goals and scales. So that's clarity. We're working through that with our phonics, and then also building relationships through understanding students' backgrounds and beliefs and cultures. So you guys can see there's the first goal, providing scales and rubrics. Can't read it from here, but we're working on where the arrow's at. The green arrow, you guys can see it in your board docs. So we're asking our teachers to work off proficiency scales. So us as administrators, we're working off proficiency scales too at Monroe. Second goal, you guys can see where the arrows are pointing there. Understanding students' backgrounds and interests. That's what we're working on. That's where we want our teachers to be. Okay, with that, I did the hard part. These guys are going to do the easy part. Come on, Casey.
Let's get it wrong. Good evening. Thanks for having us with so many things to celebrate tonight. I was like, wow, we got to go next. I don't know. So in our PLCs, we've really been focusing on 3 areas of the PLC questions in terms of what do we want our students to know and be able to do. And we've been using the proficiency scales, the standards, collaborative discussions, and really trying to nail down where we want our kids to be. With that, once we've had that conversation, the next piece for us is really talking about responding when our kids aren't getting what we want them to know and be able to do, and really thinking about how do we use that information to target our groups and target the skills in those groups. And then really looking at that number 5 about how is what we're doing impacting our system? What does that look like K-5 and not necessarily just one grade level at a time, but for our whole school? And I can never do this. I know. I always mess it up. In our conversations, we've really had a lot of conversations that have come down to these things that our kids need more, and really more about the reps and practices. So how do we get more opportunities for our kids to get that scaffolding, the modeling, the extra instruction that they might need? And with that, we really decided that we really didn't need one more thing to do, but really trying to figure out our thing and doing it better. So looking at how do we use our tier 1 instruction, what was happening in our classrooms, how to leverage that into our tier 2 instruction, and then how to find an additional rep for our kids when we thought that we needed more. And so with that, Kelly Farah are going to talk about what that looks like in tier 1 in the classrooms. And then Shalina will talk about tier 2, and then how we were creative about getting those additional reps for our kids.
I was kind of hoping some of those Washington kids would stick around and do our part, but no such luck. Okay, so sounds to spelling, like Mike said, we've used it for 2.5 years. We kind of did some research on our part, and our PTO purchased it for us. That just proves how important phonics is for our kiddos to learn to read. Best quote I've ever seen: if you teach a kid to read 10 words, guess how many words they're going to read? 10. But if you teach them 10 sounds, they will be able to read 350 3-letter words, 4,000 4-sound words, and over 21,000 5-sound words. So that just shows memorizing words isn't working for us. We need to do it more explicit, more systematic. And that's where we found From Sounds to Spelling. It is a systematic and explicit approach to reading. It has a clear scope and sequence for K2 to learn how to read. Everything they need to know is in this. It starts with teaching letters and sounds, moves to words, and also spelling patterns. We all know that kiddos learn at different rates, but they're going to follow the same trajectory, learning short vowels before they learn those long vowels. We also at Monroe have been differentiating what we're doing with our phonics. Everyone gets a full hour of phonics instruction in the classroom, and then we break them into interventions to work on skills that they are lacking, and we'll share that later. Another thing is 3 parts of the brain have to be activated in order to learn. So the sounds, the meanings, and the spelling. I have an example from some of our slides that shows that we are now activating all 3 of those parts of our students' brains. And the last one, strong phonics, leads to good decoding, which then leads to better fluency and comprehension when they get into 4th, 5th, 6th grade. From Sounds to Spelling does follow all of these best practices, which is why luckily we have been using it for 2.5 years. Here's the scope and sequence for kindergarten. Just think these kindergarten teachers teaching kids how to go to school, as well as all of these standards and things to learn how to read. Here is 1st grades. The first several that say review have to be mastered in kindergarten before they move on and come to us in 1st grade. Just making that switch. I taught kindergarten for 11 years. Making that switch to 1st grade, it's tough. There's a lot of things we have to teach. And then here's 2nd grade as well. On 2 slides backboard, I did put in a link to this so you can view it later if you would like to. And then, as Anne Marie said, our kids need more time, more reps, more explicit instruction. So this is just one example from 1st grade slides that we do every day. We're learning the spelling patterns for MP. So they're learning the sounds. We're putting it with an action. They're learning a word. They're also learning how to read that word, how to write the word, how to place it to the word or a picture to the word. In about a minute, if you could come take a snapshot of a minute in the classroom, they're getting 15 to 20 chances to work on these skills with our PowerPoints. I know you guys don't want to go through all 200 and some slides, so there is a copy of it if you guys want to look at it, or I just suggest come on into the classroom. We do phonics every day at 9 o'clock. And then here's just an example. This is Mrs. Winter's class. She couldn't be here tonight due to illness, but these kiddos were getting repetition with her. They're reading it on their own. They're reading it with a partner. They're reading it with a peer tutor. And Mrs. Nicholson will share some more.
Hi. So I am a reading specialist and I work with the kids who need an extra dose of reading. And so we are we have small groups. So one thing that I noticed with the program that we have with our reading program is the phonics was not aligned to what the classroom teachers were doing in the classroom. And so I wanted to make sure that when they are getting pushed out into the intervention room, we are reinforcing the skills that they learned in the classroom. And so this year we started following the scope and sequence of what kindergarten through 2nd grade teachers were doing. And so when they come into our room and we reinforce these skills as interventionists, we know that they've already been taught it, and this is a 2nd or 3rd dose of it. So some activities, we only have 5 to 10 minutes in our intervention for phonics. And so, like I said, for 1st grade, they've already learned the diagraphs. These are just some examples, sorting them by sounds. They write them in sentences. They sort them by their spelling patterns. And then one thing that's been nice with knowing what our kids have already learned in the classroom is we're not 2nd guessing as an intervention, which has really been very, very helpful, because that's one thing that we were lacking was that explicit systematic phonics, and we have it now. So I really do think that we're going to start seeing huge improvements with our reading scores because of this phonics program. Another thing we're implementing this year is our peer tutors. So
wanting them to get a third or fourth dose of what the kids need. Here's some examples. We have some kindergarten students who are still learning their letters and sounds. And so we have some responsible fifth grade students who pull them out for 5 minutes a day and they just go over the letters and sounds with them. We also have fifth grade students who are reading with our kindergarten and first grade students with books. So just reinforcing those skills that they learned the day before. And then if we have students who need extra practice with their phonics, they're getting a third or fourth dose with our peer tutors. So I wanted to show you an example. We have a fourth grade student who has helped. He's now in second grade, but she helped him all last year and she's continuing this year. And it's pretty fun to watch him every morning. So I don't know how to click the video on. Sorry.
Like they run to like can you read this for me? Dave the cave. Yeah, so Dave went out with his friends. Dave they went out to fun in a oh no the cave has snakes. They went to
So this was just a extra practice with his phonics skills. And so she just went over words. They highlighted it the day before and it's just extra practice for him. And then the second video, I just wanted you guys to understand how long they've been working together. So, okay, Victoria, how long have you helped Sebastian for?
say about like since the beginning of last year, like in the middle of last year.
So the middle of last year. And what have you helped him with? Like, what do you do with him?
Reading, like doing more good with vowels, worksheets like this, and trying to focus more on the words.
Babe, and Sebastian, do you think you've learned some things from Victoria? Yeah. I see that. I noticed that you feel really comfortable with her. Do you feel comfortable with her? Yeah, awesome. All right, thank you guys so much. This is just really neat because they're really excited when they finish a book or he accomplishes a skill. They run into my room and they have to share it. So it's just really, really cool to see as a system. We're working in the classroom, we're working intervention, we're working as student with student. So it's just as a system, I feel like Monroe, we're headed to the right direction. So thank you guys. Thank you.
That it? All right, thanks.
All right.
Appreciate it. Good job. Imoni usually leaves with a speech, but apparently not tonight. She's got kids. Thank you very much for coming. Appreciate it. Good job.
That's great.
Okay, next is consider approval of the to go out to bid for the CNC router for Green River High School. It says Perkins Funds. Chris, welcome.
Yes, thank you. Chairman Core, Superintendent Behringer, and trustees, this is part of this year's Perkins grant. And so probably need to get that bid out soon to get it here by the end of May.
Okay, need a motion, please.
I'll motion to approve. I'll second.
Moved by Tom, second by Dan to approve our CNC router. I gotta ask, what is it?
That's a good question. It's for the wood shop. Can somebody else help me with this? It's an engraver type thing or?
Okay.
Engraves different designs of a piece of wood. CNC is computerized numeric code, so it reads a picture, converts it into data, and then the data tells the router bit where to go to cut the different picture, object, or item out.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Next is you're up. Consider approval of the audited financial statements for 22-23.
Okay, and that was the one that you moved to.
Oh, He's here, so let's take him.
Is he here?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see him sneak in, so, okay.
Oh, let's let, I think maybe we had to let him stay to the end. You want to go now or? Are you sure? We can do it now if you'd like. Okay, all right. Consider approval of the budget calendar. Chris.
Okay. So here's the budget prep calendar for the 24-25 school year. It follows the traditional timeline, where the legislature will be doing a 20-day session this year. It won't start till February 13th. Nothing's really different this year, as far as the timeline goes. So,
Yeah, it looks about the same.
yes.
All right. Any questions? Do you need us to approve this?
Yes.
Okay, I need a motion, please.
I'll motion to approve the budget calendar.
Second.
Moved by Tom, second by Brenda. Any questions on this? Pretty standard. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next, consider approval of the medical flexible spending account amendment. Chris?
Okay, so this amendment is an annual approval in where they, the IRS increases the amount that can be through the flex spending account for medical to 3,200. Is that what it says? 32.
Yep, 32. Okay, need a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved by Brenda, second by Ashley to approve this request and medical flexible spending account amendment. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Next is consider approval graduation dates for the 24-25 school year, 25-26 school year.
Okay, finishing up our calendar. So Mr. Obrey and Mr. Heslop have met with representatives of their both high schools, and we have the dates there in front of you. Expedition Academy would like to consider graduating on Thursday, May 29th. Green River High School, Saturday, May 31st on the 2025. Expedition Academy on 2026 would be Thursday, May 28th. Green River High School would be Saturday, May 30th.
Okay, what's the pleasure of the board?
Make a motion to approve the dates as submitted.
Moved by Brenda, second by David to approve the graduation dates for Expedition Academy and Green River High School, 2025 and 2026. Any comments? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Craig. Next, consider approval of early graduates for Expedition Academy and Green River High School. We'll start with Mr. Obrey. Ralph, welcome.
Thank you, Chairman Core, board members, Superintendent Behringer. The names presented before you. The first five, there's a numbering. Yeah, there's 5 on the top there. They have already met their graduation requirements. The next 5 will meet them on December 20th, hopefully. And so we present those 10 names to you as being graduates come Christmas.
Okay, need a motion, please?
I'll motion to approve. I'll second.
Moved by Tom, second by Dan to approve the Expedition Academy High School early graduates. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Ralph. Appreciate it. Welcome, Darren.
Thank you, Chairman Core, Superintendent Behringer, and Board of Trustees. The list before you is the students that have requested to be considered for early graduation. They've also, up to this point, have met all the graduation requirements pending finishing up the school year next week. So thank you for your consideration.
Need a motion, please?
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved by Brenda, second by David to approve the Green River High School early graduation list as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor? Carries. Thank you. Next, consider approval of the revisions to policy EFBR, student meal change policy. This is second reading. Dr. Foose, welcome.
Thank you, Chairman, Core Trustees, Superintendent Behringer. As mentioned before, for the first reading, these next 2 food service policies keep us in compliance with the auditors and federal government's asking us to do. So thank you for your consideration.
Okay, I need a motion to approve this, please.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Ashley, second by Brenda to approve policy revision for EFBR student meal change policy, second reading. All those in favor, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, need a motion to approve the second one, the revision to policy EFAB, food service procurement policy and written standards of conduct. Motion, please.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved by Brenda, second by David to approve these revisions to the policy I just mentioned. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next, consider approval of the revisions of policy GCPB, resignation of professional staff members, second reading.
We're just for the second reading, gonna strike out Tom's 1/2 of your base contract salary.
I'll motion to approve.
Moved by Tom, second by Brenda to approve the revisions to policy GCPB, second reading. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Next, consider approval of the revisions to policy GDKA, support staff with sports and activity contracts. Dr. Foos?
Thank you, Chairman, Core Trustees. The more information we get around the state about support staff coaching, it's all over the board. And this policy is favorable to those folks in our system. And actually, we're proud about this policy moving forward. So thanks for your consideration on second reading.
Okay, I need a motion, please.
I'll move.
Second.
Moved by Dan, second by Brenda to approve revisions to policy GDKA. Any discussion, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Next is board comments. We'll start with you, Mark. We got the audit. God, I'm trying to get rid of you so bad. Just kidding. Go on up.
Now it's gonna change the whole discourse.
He promises to keep it short.
I suppose. Chairman Core, Superintendent Behringer, Board of Trustees. Thankfully, UNO1 was so kind to not ask me any questions. They allowed me to make it here on time, so you can thank them for that one. I believe everyone had access to the financials prior to the meeting. So first off, are there any questions on those? Okay. Can I get you to go to page 62 for me, please? It'll be bottom of the page 62. It'll probably be close to 70-ish on the PDF. That's the one. Oh, there you go. Perfect. So I had a chance to already meet with the audit committee to go over any things that way inside the financials, anything that we thought needed to be brought to the board. So that being said, we've discussed any questions that they had. So I'm just going to go over the summary, the schedule of findings and question costs, which is essentially the summary of the audit. So financial statements, it says we expressed an unmodified opinion. That's the best opinion that you guys can receive. There were no material weaknesses identified over internal controls. There was one significant deficiency identified, which is the lack of segregation of duties. It's the same finding that you guys have every year. That being said, we as auditors feel that you guys have mitigated that very well. We know board oversight is very good here compared to some other places. So we do think that you guys have mitigated that finding as well as you can. And then we said that there was no non-compliance material to the financial statements noted. So that's the financial statements as a whole. Further down is the federal awards. This is in regards to the federal money that is expended by the school district. We expressed an unmodified opinion, once again, the best that you can receive. There were no material weaknesses identified over internal controls, no significant deficiencies identified over internal controls, and there were no findings that were required to be disclosed for the federal awards. The programs this year that were audited were the child nutrition cluster as well as the ESSER funds. And then you guys, the other two don't really matter to you guys. So all in all, the audit went very well. It's always great working with Chris and the staff. They're great to get information to us as quickly as possible. Any questions that we have, they're always willing to answer. I would highly recommend, if you don't have a ton of time, go through what's the MD&A, which is management's discussion and analysis. That's what Chris actually provides and what she does. It gives a very good narrative as to kind of how the year went. There were a couple things this year that she explains very well in the financial highlights that if you guys have any questions, that's a great place to get information from. And that's at the very front, the very first start. So hopefully before you fell asleep. So do any of you guys have questions for me?
Questions? We don't?
Thank you.
Is that as short as, is that okay? We're
That's pretty
there?
good.
All right.
You did say the letter we approved that Chris is retiring.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that one.
Either way.
We thought about putting that as a finding, but that'll be all right. So,
All right.
thank you guys.
Hey, thank you. Have a safe trip back to Evanston.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Okay, comments. We'll start with Dan.
We need a motion to approve that.
Make a motion to approve the agenda, or the audit, please. Moved by Brenda.
Second.
I don't know what's going on with me tonight. Second by David. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The audit for 23-24 has been approved. Thank you. 22-23. Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's start with Dan.
Always good to see our swimming girls do so good. Sea Loft's done amazing overall this year. Even when I was in high school, they were always winning. So it's amazing to see that from being a student to now being here. The Washington kids were awesome as always. Other than that, let's get ready for Christmas and have a good time and be safe on travels.
Brenda.
Just wanted to thank the board for sending me to the WSBA conference. It was very informative. My last as a member of the leadership team. Ashley's going to take over, so thank you so much for that. Had a chance to visit Monroe classrooms, two of them, Miss Winters and Miss Horn, and it's just amazing what they're doing with the kids. Miss Horn's class, they're writing stories, so I got to proofread. So thank goodness for spell check. But I was able to help and watch the kids do math, and that was very interesting. Chris, thank you for your 42 years of service. I don't know that this district knows how fortunate we are that you have led us in that business area. So thank you so much. And just everyone, Merry Christmas, and look forward to seeing you in the new year.
All right. Thank you, Brenda. Thomas.
Well, first of all, the Flaming Gorge Classic starts Thursday. And I know, Tony, how you will rest a little better once the first day is done, because once everybody shows up and all the teams are here and the officials are here and everything else, you sleep a little better. But it's a monumental amount of work that goes into that. And Tony doesn't do it by himself, but he leads the way. So that's a big deal. And then he's got another big tournament coming up before we have another board meeting. Tolman. So he's got two big events coming up. So congratulations, Tony, on putting all that together. Our swim program begins with leadership, and Colleen is amazing. I was glad to hear her say that she's coming back next year. I'm not sure she's coming back to her teaching position. I don't know if that's been decided, but she's going to be teaching, going to be coaching swimming. So that's a big deal. If you had a chance to read the newspaper with the comments by Josh Wisniewski, what a class act. That guy
teaching the right thing.
That guy models what coaching and sports are all about. And so hats off to him. The phonics program, Mike Iamoni and all of you, what a great job. And Merry Christmas.
All right. Thanks. Craig.
There's a lot to be grateful for, but today Chris and I spent the day at the Hampton Inn, and I will tell you, there were times, without question, Chris was the smartest person in that room. Chris, you did an outstanding job. She had to talk for hours, and she honestly at times was educating the other side. And so I just sat there and go, God, you got it down. So with that, thanks, Chris.
Yeah, and those were depositions for the lawsuit that we've joined with the Wyoming Education Association. And they did depositions practice last week and more depositions this week. So, Chris, I appreciate your efforts. You too, Craig, for doing that. Let's see here. Chris, you can't leave. No. You know how I feel about you. Appreciate it. Congrats to the girl swimmers. That's awesome. The phonics thing is interesting. Cameron brings this stuff home over to my house every once in a while, and he's in first grade at Monroe. And I think the way they're doing how they're doing it is so cool. It makes so much sense. And it's exciting when I get to see that stuff. So I appreciate what Monroe's doing. Speaking of Monroe, we went to the school Christmas concert on Thursday, and the fifth graders did a Trans-Siberian Orchestra Christmas in Sarajevo, which is a song that it's a instrumental. They did it with lights. So the kids had different lights and they swung this way and that way. That was the best Christmas song I've seen at a school concert. I thought it was great. It was awesome. So would you please share that with the first year teacher that we had? Flaming Gorge Classic, just a few more things on that, Tom. There's 35 teams, 18 boys, 17 girls. There's 130 basketball games that'll be played Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7 different venues, 2 in Rock Springs and 5 in Green River. And you can just imagine the number of people that'll bring to our community. So that's good stuff. And I had several employees reach out and thank the board for the premium pay that we gave. I don't know if you guys have seen some of that, but I appreciate the employees that took the effort to thank us for that. I'm going to go to lunch Thursday with Craig at 11:30 at Washington School. You're going to pick me up, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. David.
Again, Chris, thank you for everything you've done and continue to do and will do for the next few months. I don't think we really appreciate or understand also during this time of year for the teachers and administrators, how busy you are with Christmas programs and other activities going on. So thank you for your time and your service during this time of year. Merry Christmas to everybody. Have a great break. It's not long enough, but have a great time.
Yep. All right. Ashley.
Also, thank you, Chris. It's a joy to work with you, and you really have so much knowledge that it's just probably irreplaceable, but we really appreciate you and all your years of service. I had the opportunity to go to the J Foundation. It was like a presentation with Steve and Alan about a great program with suicide prevention being started out in Pinedale. And I'm hoping that it can come to our school district, but it was great to go to that, and I'm excited about that. I guess I just want to recognize all of our National Honor Society students. I know they've had a lot of different ways to do their I mean, I know they have so many hours they have to get in, but they're all have been doing a lot of different service hours. And so if you see them out ringing the bell, maybe give them a few dollars and tell them thank you. And then just wanted to say good luck to all our winter sports and activities. And with everybody wrapping up this semester, it's gone by fast, but good luck and have a Merry Christmas.
All right. Thank you, Ashley. Mark.
Congrats to Coach Seeloff and her girls. It's quite a near and dear to my heart to watch swimmers. And she's right. It takes a village, hats off to the club program, the SWAT program, the whole group of swimming families, and this board fully supports that and has in the past. And I think you're seeing the fruits of that labor. Chris, have a good retirement. And thanks for everybody's hard work, and have a good holidays.
All right. Thanks. And with that, I'll adjourn the meeting. Thanks for coming tonight. Appreciate it.